We're here today in the Salt Lake Cemetery looking for a few special gravestones. It's kind of fitting that we're here today given our topic. Whenever we come to a cemetery like this, a lot of us are thinking about when we might have to bring someone we love here, when we come here ourselves for the last time. A lot of people are led to wonder what happens to us after we die. Or if you're a Christian, what happens to people that never heard the gospel after they die? A lot of these answers to Latter-day Saints are wrapped up in the life of this man, Joseph F. Smith.
Joseph F. Smith was the 6th president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He was the son of Hiram Smith and the nephew of Joseph Smith. And during the last years of his life, he saw the death of many close family members and friends.
Looking around the Smith family burial plot, you can actually get a sense of the type of loss Joseph F. would have felt in his own life. Right here is a huge monument to his father, Hiram Smith, the assistant president of the church, who was killed in Carthage jail when Joseph F. was just a little boy. But in 1918, President Smith suffered an even more devastating series of personal setbacks linked to his own family. Right up here is his son, Hiram Mack Smith, who was a member of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles and a gifted scholar of the Scriptures. Hiram Mack Smith dies suddenly in 1918. And then only a few months after that, Hiram's wife, Ida Smith, passes away as well, leaving a large number of President Smith's grandchildren as orphans. It was during this devastating time when President Smith withdrew into himself, experienced anxiety and depression, and turned to the Scriptures for solace and comfort as he tried to understand his loss. And it was in this darkest moment of his life that he received a vision that gives us some of the most clear and concise information we have about the next life.
To better understand this vision, we need to first understand the context it was given in. So the video team and I drive just a few blocks west to Memorial Grove Park to see another monument honoring those who've passed into the next life.
This is the pagoda in Memory Grove, Salt Lake City. This is a monument to the millions of lives lost in World War I. At the end of Joseph F. Smith's life, we were drawing close to the end of the bloodiest war to that point in human history. And to make matters worse, at the end of the war, another even more deadlier event occurred. The Spanish flu spread among the global population, killing even more people than the Great War. It was in this time of global and personal catastrophe that the Lord opened the eyes of Joseph F. Smith and showed him a vision of the spirit world. This vision would provide hope to the people that had lost their friends and their family in the World War. And it also can provide hope to us in our time when we face rumors of war and even another global pandemic.
During this time of depression and catastrophe, the prophet spent many weeks in seclusion, praying and reading the Scriptures and seeking help from God. To better understand the burdened prophet's circumstances, we're heading down south to Provo to meet a collector of rare Latter-day Saint artifacts, Reed Moon, to see a set of scriptures that Joseph F. Smith owned when he received this glorious vision.
Hello, Reed.
Oh, good to see you, Casey.
Good to see you too. How are you?
Good.
We're here exploring Joseph F. Smith and the vision of the redemption of the dead. So do you have a few things that could help us understand that?
Oh, I do. Why don't you come on back?
Yeah, wow, you've got an amazing collection.
Reed Moon's collection contains anything from Harry Potter, Pirates of the Caribbean, to first editions of the Book of Mormon. Reed also took a moment to show us some relics from the Spanish flu when the saints transitioned from sharing one communal cup for the sacrament to separate glass cups to avoid spreading the disease. He then takes me back, opening his vault to show me a set of scriptures owned by Joseph F. Smith and some special markings left in them.
At the very front, you can see it has his name, President Smith.
Yep, okay.
And he acquired these on November 15th, 1903.
Yep.
And he paid 75 cents.
I'm guessing these cost a little bit more than 75 cents
Yes.
today. Huh?
And now I've had the privilege of going through every page. Not only did he use it, but he made all of these notes. Here's over 20 lines of notes on the blank pages of impressions and other things that came to him. And what I found as I've gone through this is out to the edge, you will see markings or brackets in pencil. But as I went through, when I finally came to 1 Peter 3, you will notice something different.
No.
1 Peter 3 It is now,
Yeah, that looks like something unerasable. Yeah.
yes, it's purple indelible pencil. And you cannot erase that.
During this time in seclusion, Joseph F. Smith would have read and perhaps marked these important verses in 1 Peter, which help spark his vision of the spirit world.
I think he knew this was very important. And so rather than just mark it in pencil, he has done it in purple indelible pencil. And then it says to go to chapter 4:6. So
let's flip the page.
flip the page, and then you can even see he refers back, in case you see this one first, make sure you go to chapter 3, verse 18.
For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead, that they might be judged according to men in the flesh, but live according to God in the Spirit.
You know, you're one of only 2 or 3 people that's actually read that verse from his scriptures.
And this is the verse or verses that lead to the grand vision that's now section 138. So Reed, it's possible that this is the set of scriptures he's reading from when the vision is open to him.
It is very possible, because we know this is his set he acquired as the president of the church. It is quite a treasure to have a set of scriptures that belong to a president of the church, and even more so one associated with the well-known revelation, which is now in section 138.
Yeah, and I think it also shows that, even a prophet, when he's struggling, goes to the scriptures for comfort and for solace, and in this case, for a major revelation.
Absolutely.
I thank Reed for the special opportunity to see and touch this set of scriptures. The video team and I head back up to Salt Lake City to our final destination, the location where this profound revelation was received. We received permission to film within the Beehive House. Many early prophets lived in this home, and it was here where President Joseph F. Smith resided during the last weeks of his life. Welcome to the Beehive House. When Joseph F. Smith was alive, this was the official residence of the president of the church. A visitor that was coming to see President Smith would walk in this door down here and then go up the stairs to where President Smith's office was. On the second floor of the Beehive House are the rooms where President Smith would have been increasingly confined to more and more during his illness. Right here is his office, where he would have met with other church leaders, including members of the First Presidency, to try and continue to conduct the business of the church. It's also a place where it's likely he read the scriptures and studied and pondered to try and deal with these increasingly complex issues that he was facing. But this room right next door, his bedroom, is the most likely spot where the revelation was actually received. You can see right over here the actual rocking chair that belonged to President Smith. And this may have been the spot on that day in October 1918 where he was reading the scriptures and pondering over the fate of those that had died. President Smith was then shown a vision of the spirit world on the day that Jesus was on the cross performing his great atoning sacrifice. In this vision, he saw the hosts of the dead gathered in the spirit world, awaiting the day that Jesus Christ would die on the cross and come into their presence. Joseph F. Smith saw Jesus Christ meet with the righteous. He even lists off the names of some of the people that were there, starting with Adam, Eve, many of her faithful daughters, and then listing off most of the major prophets of the Old Testament and the Book of Mormon. President Smith saw that Jesus, when he came into the spirit world, organized these spirits. They continue to preach the gospel in the spirit world to people that haven't had the chance to hear it. This vision provided hope to a war-weary population. It also gave them hope as they were about to endure one of the worst pandemics in history. And for President Smith, it helped him know that his family members that had passed on were still carrying out the work that they had done here on earth. And it's also possible that President Smith, in this last portion of the vision, saw his own son, Hiram Mack Smith, and his daughter-in-law, Ida Smith, still carrying out the work that they'd done here on earth to bring souls unto Jesus Christ.